What's going on? What's going on? What's going on, people? How are we doing? Hey, man, this is the STS coming to live from the 6MK channel, as well as Mad Mike TV.
Nick?
Um, yeah. uh, damn, Mike, I forgot to put the other one on there, so I don't know if you want to throw your Facebook on there or not. But hey, man, we got a good conversation going to you this evening. Like I said, man, it's me, K Styles, aka the Sixth Man. Joined in by the Senator, Mad Mike Sports.
Yeah.
And we have the Summer Hill Nightmare, the Don, in the building.
I'm not scared of you, my brother, because I'm Latin.
Ow.
Latino. Hey, man. You know how to throw an Eddie Guerrero reference in there every now and then. Hey, man. So let's get right into it, man. So you see today's title, as we see it, is the Atlanta Tribal Wars. Basically, this was a title that was brought up by Mike as far as tribalism, and we're going to use Mike Vick and Matt Ryan as an example of this, and we're going to have that discussion about tribalism and echo chambers and all that good old fashioned stuff. So, all right. So, Don, I know you kind of limited on time with us this evening, but hey, man. So, when you think about the Matt Ryan, Michael Vick conversation, what is your experience when dealing with those particular conversations?
It's
Hey,
very
man.
mixed. It's very mixed, man. But like, with people who say Matt Ryan is a better quarterback, most of the times they talk about his stats numbers. They talk about the accolades he had. They bring up the fact that the first 5 years of his playing career, we made the playoffs. They bring up a lot of factual information. Now, when you talk to people who are pro Vic, yeah, they bring up he had a lot of rushing yards and he was exciting to watch, whatever the case may be. But they'll sit there and they'll tell you with a straight face most of the time that Vic was better than Matt Ryan. And most of the time when I ask them why they think that, it's always biased. It's never any validity that backs up their argument of why or how Michael Vick is better than Matt Ryan. So this has really been a war ever since, to be honest with you, ever since 2008. So we're embarking almost over 20 years over this conversation of who's the better quarterback.
What about you, Mike?
The effects of tribalism and is something that I focus on simply because it splits people in ways that they don't really see it. Because we have this thing with us, and I'm including everyone in this, but this is something that we talk about all the time. Is that you have to make a choice. I know if, ands, or buts about it. You have to make a choice. You have to make a choice to choose Mike Vick or Matt Ryan. And this fan base, especially, and like media, the fans, they all in one. They force you to make a choice and take a stand on your particular like. And I think that's the thing that, like, when it comes down to it, it's like it leads to it leads to a lot of bad feelings, or what we're gonna talk about is a lot of bad actions that goes into that. Is that you can't like both. You can't tell the truth about both. You can't tell. I mean, you can't tell about their weakness. You can't talk about. You can't put focus on their weaknesses or strengths. You can only talk about what's good and how it makes you feel. And I think that right there leads to the topic at hand is with the curse of impatience. Because again, you have to talk good about Matt Ryan. You have to talk good about Mike Vick. You can't talk about what they haven't done.
So, so as far as the tribalism aspect of it, so pretty much the main thing is, hold on. It said it's the biological and social tendency for humans to form strong loyalties to their own groups while harboring exclusion or hostility towards those outside of it, aka the outgroup. It says it's not about just liking your ideals. It is a deep-seated survival mechanism rooted in our evolutionary past. It's a tendency to favor, trust, and help members of one's own group create sense of belonging and safety. The outgroup homogeneity is the perception that they are all the outsiders are all the same, often accompanied by negative stereotyping. When a tribe's beliefs are challenged, members often perceived it as a physical threat, leading to doubling down rather than rationally debating. But like you said, my thing is, and I just want to get that notes out the way right there. But and that kind of goes with my experience when dealing with this whole conversation about, Matt Ryan, Mike Vick. The reality is not even really just Matt Ryan versus Mike Vick. It's really Mike Vick versus every other quarterback that's ever played for the Atlanta Falcons, if we really want to be technical with it. But the reason why we use Matt Ryan and Mike Vick, because they represent two different ideologies. Mm-hmm. Mike Vick is the symbol. He's what some people would call the deity figure of Atlanta sports. So when you think of Mike Vick, you have a God complex that go with it. What I mean by a God complex is no wrong with him. Like I said, anything that he may have messed up on is everybody else's fault, not his. Whereas when you have Matt Ryan, who is the complete polar opposite, as you have a deified, as you have like the poster child of, popularity, now you have Matt Ryan, who is the poster child of what some people would deem as tyranny or the ultimate villain. And like I said, this is where these ideal wars come at, is because it's the Mike Vick crowd despises the Matt Ryan crowd. You got the super Matt Ryan crowd that despises the Mike Vick crowd. And I look at it as it's something that's fucking stupid. I always ask the question, how many championships does this organization have? Zero. So the thing about it is if it's zero, what examples do you have to be as the standard as far as what the Falcons are? If you're just basing it just off of championships alone,
They going out. They the standard is their preference. That's what it is, man. It's what
right?
they it's what they like. They like to see somebody running around. They like to see somebody, making plays with their feet and being on ESPN top 10 on Sports Center. That's what they like. Now, for some people, their perception is okay. Somebody who's year in and year out put up 4,000 yards in the air. Um, they have a good quarterback rating, and they in the top 10 category of pretty much most quarterback statistics. Like I said, everybody had their preference. Like, far as the
Right,
standard of a Super Bowl, we don't have that. We went
right.
twice. We went with Jamal Anderson and Chris Chandler back in the '90s with Dan Reeves, and then we went back in '16 with Matt Ryan, Julio Jones, and Dan Quinn.
Mm,
So, um, I can tell you this: one guy got us close, and this is facts. It's not This is not my perception or my take. I'm just spitting facts. One guy got us closer than the other.
exactly. Right. All right. True. So that goes to the question to you. Like I said, I know you the OG of all of us. So you done seen the Falcons organization from some of its worst times all the way up until now. So, what's your personal experiences dealing with the whole Matt Ryan versus Michael Vick conversation?
I'd rather pass a kiss. I'd rather pass a kidney stone because
Dang.
I, I know sometimes I come in late, but how, how did we get here? How did we get here? Like I honestly thought that we was why was I so naive to think that we was past this?
Well, the thing about it is it's a conversation that's never going to go away.
Okay,
No
okay,
matter no matter how hard we try,
okay.
because even when you look at some of these conversations where we're talking about the quarterback position in Atlanta, it's always going to be tied to those two. And then, like I said, that's where the wars go into. Do you want a quarterback like Matt Ryan, or do you like a quarterback like Mike Vick? And the problem is as Falcon fans, this is where the media divide comes into, because they tell you on one side, if they tell you you like Matt Ryan, then you hate Mike Vick. The other, and on the other side is, if you like Matt Ryan, then you must hate Mike Vick.
Yeah, it's almost like a prerequisite of liking Matt Ryan. You got to hate Mike Vick and vice versa. Uh,
Basically.
uh,
And the only
I
reason
don't,
why we're having this conversation is because, like you said, it's just one of those conversations that you really don't see that often.
Well,
I know people think of it as a dumb conversation, but it's really not a dumb
it,
conversation,
it,
because
it
this
the
shit's
thing.
still going on.
Here's the thing about that conversation. It's a whole bunch of ways you can look at it. There are a few things that happened where one of the things is the most obvious, that we're not here. We don't have this. We're not having this conversation. If now, I know it'll be easy for me to say if he didn't get into his legal situation, but it's a few other ifs. What if Donald Shockley Jr. don't tear his knee up in that preseason game against the Jets? How would he have been measured up against Vic? Will would there have been a Matt Ryan? I don't know. And the part that we all hate to deal with when it comes to this situation, you can't avoid it. And I think we all on here know the part that we hate to deal with that you can't ignore. All right, it all boils down to real, plain, and simple. If you're a black fan, you have to hate Matt Ryan and love and cherish Mike Vick. If you're a white fan, you have to love Matt Ryan and cherish Matt Ryan and hate Mike Vick. You can't be in between. If you're in between and you're a black man, you're a coon. I don't know what they call. I don't know what the white folks call themselves when you're in between. But
But I haven't heard anything, to be honest
yeah,
with
I
you.
don't know what they call themselves. We only have labels for
Wiggles. They call
ourselves.
themselves Wiggles. Y'all heard that before.
Yeah.
So I really get to the point to where it's boy, man might speak a lot about this one word, divisive. And you do all you can to try to avoid this topic because I think honestly, as a fan, as an Atlanta fan, it's the most divisive subject that I've ever had as an Atlanta fan, no matter what it is. Falcons, Hawks, Dream, Braves, United, the aforementioned, the former Atlanta Thrashers, the aforementioned Atlanta Flames, the Atlanta Chiefs, the Atlanta Glory, Georgia Bulldogs, Georgia, like the most polarizing conversation that's been in Atlanta sports has been about Matt Ryan and Michael Vick. And that's when you go that's when you just gotta kind of just I know it sounds like story time with the truth, and y'all stay with me now. 'Cause I know
Oh no, 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 no. We love story time with the truth.
Just preach, man. Go ahead and preach, bro.
Preach it all.
we gotta stop that shit. Okay? All right. Ain't neither one of them cats won those damn Super Bowl. And I know that's unfair to Matt Ryan in particular because of all of the ins and outs and the bullshit that went on February the 4th, 2017 at 11:41 p.m. You see how fucked up I am about that Super Bowl. I know if I could break it all the way down to that.
Come on through. Get. Don't go there. Stay on. Stay on.
Yeah.
Stay on the road. Stay on the road.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
but what are we to do? I can't praise Matt Ryan. I can't criticize Mike Vick. What am I to do? I can't praise Mike Vick and I can't criticize Matt Ryan. How about I can have criticism for both of them and praise for both of them? And guess what? I'm still an Atlanta Falcons fan. My fandom hasn't changed. I I don't want to be all over the place, but I mean, what? Oh man, boy, bro.
I like what you
Let
said,
me say
too.
this. Let me say this.
Thank you,
I
Mike.
like what you
Save me,
said.
please.
Let me say
Yeah.
this. Let me say this because all of this comes from there is a constitution, an amendment in the Constitution, I should say, that follows free speech. Okay. And that amendment basically says you have the freedom to say whatever you want to say. Okay. You can say whatever you want to say, how you want to say it, and nothing like it doesn't cover the fact that there won't be any like basically that Constitution says you won't be subjected to physical harm, jail, all that types of stuff. So people use that Constitution, that amendment, as a way to hide and say whatever the fuck they want to say. Okay, that's not true. It's not true in any way, shape, or form. People feel like if I call Mike Vick the greatest quarterback of all time, I have the right to call you a stupid motherfucker. And vice versa. But we got a lot of these content creators, media personnel, guys like Ryan Clark. Like he just said with a straight face on a podcast, he said the NFL changed the rules because of him. Not because of Running Lot, not because of Steve Atwater, not because of Rod Woodson, all these guys, Charles, like not because of Sean Taylor, because of him.
Who?
Ryan Clark said that. He said that shit. And I don't have a right to debate that shit. Of course you have it. See, this is the problem. Everybody feel like they have a right to not feel bad. Yes, look, to make you like they have the right to stop other people from making them feel bad, I should say. Bitch, you don't tell me what the fuck to say. If I want to hurt your motherfucking feelings, I can and I will. See, this is the problem with sports now. Everybody say a bunch of dumbass shit and expect somebody not to say, what the fuck is you talking about? Sir, can you explain that to me? And then
because somebody passed the plate around. I need to give an offering. Go ahead, Pastor. I need to give.
We don't have a right to say, all right, can you explain to me what do you mean by that? And then you get upset because somebody want to go further into why you thinking like that. Because I said so. Okay, so if you said so, I reserve the right to say, get the fuck out my face. Or shut that stupid shit up. Or what the fuck is you talking about? Get your goofy ass up off my channel. I have the right to tell you to shut the fuck up and get that stupid shit away from me. Okay? Everybody has that right. And see, this is the problem with a lot of social media. We got these stupid motherfuckers that don't like what people say. And they decide, you know what? I don't like that 50 Cent. I don't like his music anymore. Let's cancel him. Because he said sissy in one of his lyrics. Better yet, you wanna start banning guys, banning groups like Creed, who are a Christian band, a rock band, 5 songs by the way. I don't like where they be preaching God all the time. Let's cancel them. Who to tell y'all? I don't want to talk about no Jesus.
I wish they would try to cancel Creed, because Creed also led to the foundation of Alter Bridge and got one of the best theme songs of all time.
That's all I'm saying. Like, people feel the need to try to stop shit because they don't like what's being heard, and this is why it leads to impatience. It leads to impatience because when you don't go, let's say, for instance, we went through a period, Mike Vick, where it was, look, we damn near led the league in rushing damn near every year for 3-4 straight years. Didn't pass the ball worth a damn under Mike Vick. So people feel connected to running the damn ball. They feel connected to that. And then we have another group of people who was born in the late 2010s. They seen Matt Ryan growing up, so they feel attached to him. So they don't feel connected to Mike Vick like that. They like the air raid. They like the passing game. They like the Julio Jones. They like the Roddy White. They like the Tony Gonzalez. And you feel the need to tell people to shut the fuck up with that Mike Vick shit. I know I'm getting a little long with it, but like that's essentially where a lot of stuff are, because the impatience comes because they are so wrapped up into what style of wrestling, football, baseball, like they're so wrapped up in their genre that everybody else has to suffer because they don't like what it's in.
Go ahead, Don. You got something else? 'Cause I know you about to get up on off here.
So I was trying to tell True because True said why not both, and that picture just dawned on me. Y'all remember that taco commercial where they were fighting over who want hard shells and who want soft shells, and the kid said why not both, and they had celebrating in the street. I'm just like, bruh, why not, instead of us having a tribal war against Matt Ryan versus Michael Vick, why can't we just embrace our history and just like everybody? Like it's so like it just folks that, oh, I don't like Matt Ryan. He took Mike Vick's job, or I don't like Mike Vick. He didn't take his job serious, and he fought dogs and all this. Like all that don't really like. Can we just get on the same page of just loving everybody who put on that jersey,
living in the present,
and just and that's the thing that's the thing that I'm like, because you look at every other team, you look at the 49ers. They don't sit up there and talk about Steve Young versus Joe Montana. The Steelers, they don't talk about Terry Bradshaw versus Ben Roethlisberger. The Giants don't talk about Phil Steele versus Eli Manning, or the Colts, Johnny Unitas versus Peyton Manning. Like they don't do none of that. We the only fan base that got to compare quarterbacks and see who's better.
And why is that? There's an elephant in the room difference between our situation and those other 4 to 6 other situations. And that's the part that's annoying to me. Everybody knows the elephant in the room in our situation versus those situations. And it's so go ahead on finish K-Style.
Oh no! I'm gonna let you keep on going. I was waiting for you to bring
keep
it in.
talking because I gotta hear it out here.
It's fucking stupid, bro. It's ignorant. It's ignorant as fuck. And I have a very low tolerance for ignorant shit. I'm far from perfect. And when I get in my mode, I already know that I have to probably tone it down or get suspended. Seven times so far this year. Working on 8, but it's so fucking stupid, bro. Like listen, I tell people every day, and people, I try to tell people this when I'm posting on. I really mostly post on Facebook because I don't know how to post on that other shit. I got Instagram, I got TikTok, I got all that. I got Twitter or X. I really just mostly post on, and what I try to tell people, do not bring politics to my sports conversation. Politics, because I'm gonna respond fucked up to you. And then when I respond fucked up to you, I'm gonna tell Mike. I'm gonna tell Mike, man, Mike, stupid, man, Mike, Truth don't know how to talk to folks, and you need to learn how to control Truth. And so sometimes I get suspended.
Yes, he does. A lot.
And sometimes I get in my feelings. I'll be like, bro, why the fuck? What? Like Sammy told Jimmy in the ring, why are you yelling at me? Why are you yelling at me? But, bro, like this shit is just so crazy. Like, God, man. I love Vick and I love Ryan. I had issues with Vick. I'm talking about on the football field. Damn all the other personal shit. And I had issues with Ryan.
So,
And we got one Super Bowl.
question: do you guys feel like, Kel? Do you feel like a lot of our fan bases they harbor too much on the past rather than be a present fan? Because I like everybody has their like I said, I'm really looking forward to this happening in sports in general. I'm just talking about sports because I think when this guy retires, you think the NBA is going to be bad. I think it's going to is you're going to have social media is going to be so unbearable when it comes down to NBA. Like they're going to shit on any and everyone that ever plays the game from this point out. I think he's the worst thing that ever happened to the NBA, and I'm talking about LeBron James. They're going to shit on everything living. So you guys think that fans harbor too much on the past than living in the present? Because we're just saying that. We're seeing it right now. Like we don't have Kirk Cousins. We don't have about 6-7 damn quarterbacks since Matt Ryan has retired. And every last one on her getting absolute crapped on.
Man.
But they going back, they living in the past. This is my last thing I'm gonna leave out. They living in the past, Mike, because here's the thing. Their standard, we're going back to the standard. Their standard, even though most people didn't like Matt Ryan, but that's the standard. Every quarterback got to at least play up to the level where Matt Ryan was. And guess what? Have we had anybody that suited up for us since the 2022 season that gave us that production that Matt Ryan had? No. So they blindly have that standard in their mind, and this is why we having issues with the fans right now with Penix and Tua, because these guys, well, Tua, we know what we have with Penix, but we got to see how Tua belongs in. Yes, he played in the same system in Miami, but the system's gonna look different because now he has an offensive line, and now he has a Bijan Robinson. You have a Kyle Pitts, and you have a Drake London. So we got to see how he plays in this system. But fans already know. Well, fans think they know in the back of their mind that neither Penix or Tua are going to live up to their expectations of what they want. So, like you said, man, it's we're not a lot of fans are not patient now because they only give a player like a quarterback 10 games, and that's it. If we can't make the playoffs, they trash. Not looking at could be coaching or the plethora of injuries we done had on the team, or maybe the scheme that we're working is not feasible for us to win games.
And you know what, Don, before you leave, y'all heard what Don said about giving a quarterback 10 games. You know what? Giving a quarterback 10 games is equivalent to your boss giving you 10 hours on the job. You better get it right in 10 hours or your ass ain't coming back tomorrow. That's
10
what
days
y'all
to
do.
me is equivalent to 2 weeks. That's what it is, because you work 40 hours a week, so that's 2 weeks. That's 10 days of work right there.
Yeah.
So they giving you so if you get a new job, so y'all telling me at the standard that y'all giving Penix a tool and all the other quarterbacks came before them, y'all gonna get them a job will give you 2 weeks or you fired.
Y'all know, you know what's funny, y'all? Every time I make that analogy, like, I mean, maybe I need to find out. Maybe I need to find out from your boss what type worker you was. That's when I found, and that's when I found out how many business owners we got. I got my own business. Boy, shut up. Well, you don't think I came down there to that goddamn Taco Bell on Highway 85, see you saying, "Man, I'll take your order."
DoorDashing, doing Uber or Lyft is not your own business. Stop playing, y'all. Stop, because
You you're in the
you're still getting a
you're
I
percentage to
resemble
the
that.
company.
I resemble that a little bit. I resemble that a little bit.
I look, but it's not. I'm not down to nobody who doing it. You
Yeah.
know, you got to hustle hard. You know, get your money, but you're still paying a percentage to a company.
you're
So
an independent contractor.
yeah, are you actually getting 100% of the income that's coming in? You're not. So I get people be saying they got their own business and stuff, but you don't have your own business unless all of the money, 100% of whatever money you get for whatever service you have is going into your bank account or going into your business account. If it's not doing that, if it's a certain percentage that's going somewhere else, you do not own your own business. Y'all got to stop with this fake flex and shit, man. That shit be getting on my damn nerves.
Unfortunately, yes, we do know that Southside. Unfortunately, yes. That's the reason why we trying to soften the blow now. Yeah.
I don't necessarily think that like it's not going to be toxic. It's not going to be any more toxic than it's already been. Period. Point. That's the
Mm-hmm.
standard here in Atlanta. It was debated on ESPN before they even started the game with Kirk Cousins and Michael Penix. That was already an issue. Y'all created this. I'm talking about y'all. We're talking about fans. Y'all did this. This is not going to be any more toxic than what it already been. It is exactly what it is. You remember when we had the we so-called had an issue with AJ Terrell before we start actually getting sacks and stuff like that? What was the
Mm-hmm.
general consensus with AJ Terrell?
He couldn't cover worth a damn. He was one of the worst corners in the league, and he ain't getting enough interceptions.
Guess what
Got
happened?
called a bust. I heard a few people call him a bust.
Basically,
That's a go-to. It's almost like that's a go-to for the crybaby whiny bitch made ass pissing sitting down fuck boy ass. Some boy Mike, you better mute me.
But the thing is that all ended when we got 57 sacks.
mm-hmm. Now AJ Terrell's considered one of the best corners in Atlanta right now. All has been forgiven. He still ain't getting that many interceptions.
We still ain't getting it, but we got a better defense, and all of a sudden, all the hate on him went away. We didn't hear
now everybody want to realize his value.
Yeah.
Oh,
Man,
we found out that. Hey, look, we found out the value of Caleb McGarry when he went the fuck down.
Yep. See, this is what we're talking about. People live in the past, whether it's Mike Vick or Matt Ryan. People gonna live in the past. They're gonna have anytime you have a conversation, and we deal with this because Kerry Styles, you remember that conversation we were having about that the one that Samuel called AAU Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
We were having a conversation about a completely different subject, and somebody decided, about 2-3 weeks in a row, we got interrupted about a conversation we had nothing to do with AAU Jackson. Nothing whatsoever. People live in the past in the present. Let me say that, Bill. Let me say it in a better way. When in regards to football, our present thoughts are based on what happened in the past. Okay? Let me say it again. In regards to football and sports, our takes, our thoughts is based on what has happened in the past. Instead of understanding what a player is, for example, Desmond Ridder, you look at his numbers compared to where Mr. AAU Jackson was, like his numbers were damn near identical in passing yards. Another example, a guy won a Super Bowl. A guy won a Super Bowl too. A guy won a Super Bowl, and Jalen Hurts throwing the ball for 2,800 yards. Nobody
I want to.
batted an eye because they were winning. Nobody batted an eye about Jalen Hurts only throwing it for 2,800 yards. Why? Because they was winning. When everything is all good, when the defense looked like they're elite, when the offense looked like they're elite, nobody bats an eye. That's until they're not getting fed.
I'm gonna throw you a lob. Dish it off to me. I'm gonna throw you the lob for the dunk. You dishing it off to me?
Yes, sir.
Desmond Ritter's numbers after 17 starts were damn near identical to Michael Vick's numbers. And when I mention that, Desmond fumbled probably about 3-4 more times than Mike. Because Desmond had Butterfinger problem.
Yeah,
but they numbers were identical. Boy, you know what? They couldn't. One person called me a coon. I said, so now Desmond White, because his mama white, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, he don't know who his dad is anyway. Man, get off my phone.
What? No, no, you didn't say that. You didn't say that,
bro. Hey, man. See, I have a low tolerance.
Hold on. Repeat that shit again. You said he said he don't know
who his dad is anyway.
Wow.
I heard that.
So by hearing the conversation
he don't know who his daddy
about
is, he's a cracker.
Because he don't know who his daddy is.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that sounds like that was an issue that had nothing to do with football then.
Man, hey, let me tell y'all something, y'all. Hey, Mike and Kev and Don, they have to. I understand damn real. I get all of that. And if that's how you feel, that's how you feel. One thing I ain't gonna do is change how you feel. Here's what a disconnect happened at Southside. And I'm not saying you like this. See, you saying damn Riddle. If I don't say damn Riddle, now I got to get some condescending, some disrespectful shit. And then once they find out that you might not want to be disrespectful to that guy. Because, see, I go in the gutter. Mike and Cal, they can't go in the gutter, but I will. That's why I stay suspended a lot. And when I hear dumb shit, I fucking lose it. Like, that shit irritate the hit. Like, it's so much shit. Like, I don't want to get too much off topic because we still on Matt Ryan and Michael Vick. But for the Falcon fans, can y'all please stop saying this? Brett screwed Brett. How familiar does that sound?
That sounds very familiar.
Mike gonna give him some points for that one.
Yeah. I like the double you just pulled on that one.
Yeah, Brett screwed Brett. Look, Dad to send Dion. To go to go retrieve him and bring him home a couple of nights. See, Brett thought he was Dion. Dion can go out there and do what must be the money and all that, and go out there and pick one off at 1 o'clock at 1 o'clock on Sunday afternoon, and then jump on a helicopter and fly to Philadelphia, still a base in the NLCS. That dude right there is a different, special type of cat. But Brett couldn't. Buckhead Brett, he couldn't stay out of Buckhead, y'all. So what in the entire fuck did y'all expect us to do? So what we did, we sent them to a goddamn place where ain't no Buckhead, and now he's an NFL Hall of Famer. So y'all stop that, man. But hey, no, be whatever type fan you want to be. But
yeah,
if you fan how you want to fan, but just because you fanning how you want to fan, don't expect me to fan like you.
Mm-hmm.
And if I'm not fanning like you, please do not. No, not just me in particular. If a person is not fanning like you,
Don't take it personal.
Don't do that little boy. Don't do that little boy shit. That little boy, little girl shit. Like somebody, you know, the first thing folks do, go on your profile and look and see how ugly you is. Like, and want to talk about how ugly you are. Like, bro, what school you go to? What grade you in? Like, it's just, hey man, that Matt Ryan, Michael Vick conversation is a conversation that I delusionally think supposed to go away.
Mm-hmm.
Me as a fan, I'm delusional as hell, and I think that's supposed to go away.
Yeah, but like you said, and I think Don made a point on it too. And this is the real reason. This is the real reason why I think that this conversation is so divisive. And like you said, remember I said at the beginning of the show, Mike Vick represents the popularity. Matt Ryan represents the villain, the villainry of Atlanta. Like I said, Mike Vick is looked at as the hero, while Matt Ryan is looked at as the villain.
Okay,
this is
Mike
okay,
Vick is Cody Rhodes, and Matt Ryan is CM Punk. Did that make sense?
Nah, CM Punk is love. No, we're talking about like villain as far as despised to the very core. Because you have to remember when we're talking about this conversation, you have to realize majority of Falcon media, which includes beat writers, television hosts, content creators, and you have to remember at least 85% of them are anti-Matt Ryan.
Logan Paul. Okay, Matt Ryan is Logan Paul.
Matt Ryan is Logan Paul. Mike Vick is Cody Rhodes.
Logan Paul with talent.
Right, basically. Now, if you have the hero-villain dynamic, which is Mike Vick and Matt Ryan, the problem is, while the hero is, like and Don said it, I think where the people really have the problem is is they want the hero to do what the villain did. You see where I'm going with it?
Hell yeah. And you about to hit them with your famous saying about that.
They want the Michael Vick experience with the Matt Ryan numbers. But the problem is, because the standard is the villain and not the hero. See, the hero doesn't really have the standard, because I always ask the question too. When was it the last time who outside of Matt Ryan in this Falcon history did you put Super Bowl expectations on outside of Matt Ryan?
I'm an older guy, so
I mean, the obvious answer is they expected Vic to go there.
Yeah, so by Vic not hitting,
I go back to Steve Bartkowski, but
right,
I get your point.
Right, but where Mike is going from is, see, Mike Vick didn't live up to he didn't reach that plateau.
So well, I was actually seeing something, and I've been watching this series called The Chosen, and then in The Chosen, a certain demographic of people of church, I would say, I'm gonna say church. I mean, you can say church, but they had this mythical. They created this mythical. What's the right word? I'm trying to use the right word, but they use this mythical savior, and it was to the point where this savior had to be, and I'm talking about he had to be perfect. I'm talking about ethically cleanliness. Like, we're talking about incredibly smart, like all that. They created this whole mythical savior that they had dreamed of, and then you have a guy and Jesus in this series where Jesus was showing you that he was putting in the work, okay? He was healing motherfuckers. He would turn motherfuckers that were blind and they could see. I'm talking about he was turning like this motherfucker fed. I'm talking about fed everybody in damn near everybody in the entire in the entire city. He showed you is what I'm trying to get. He showed you. And the people that the church kept, and I'm talking about church, okay? So stay with me. I'm talking about the church as far as the fan base is concerned. They created this mythical creature that doesn't exist. You don't have a mobile quarterback that throws for 5,000 yards every single, 4,000 yards every single season, and rush for 1,000 yards. It never happened in the history of football. But somehow, this is what you want in Atlanta. You want the Michael Vick experience with the Matt Ryan numbers. Y'all are obsessed with a mythical creature, a mythical idea of what he's supposed to look like.
What you said is they complaining about Kyle Pitts unicorn while begging for a unicorn quarterback.
One fucking unicorn. You see what I'm saying? So this is what we're talking about, how crazy you sound. You motherfuckers sound insane. We see Patrick Mahomes right before us did shit that no quarterback has ever. This motherfucker went for about 8 straight. I don't even know how many goddamn AFC championships he done went to. And we sitting up here begging for something different and begging for something exciting. Well, fucking Patrick Mahomes is showing you. See, this is exactly what's wrong with people. Y'all try to create this big head ass monster that look like Aaron Donald. Okay, the upper body look like, I mean, he just swole. But he got these skinny ass legs like Michael Vick, and he can run a 4.2. This is what y'all, this is essentially what you asking for. A motherfucker that look like Juggernaut up from the head to the hips, and then you get to the hips, he got a skinny ass leg that can run that he can run for goddamn 4.2, 4 flat. This is what you guys want in a quarterback. That shit has never existed in the history of the world. When have we ever seen a quarterback that can throw for 4,000-5,000 yards and rush for 1,000 yards in a season? When has that happened in any level of sports? Huh? Somebody tell me. This is the problem that we talk about.
You about to get called one. You about to get called one. You about to get called one. In 5, 4.
Oh, shit.
That's all I'm
doing. But like Terry Lloyd here says, the hate for Penix is because he has too much Matt Ryan in him.
It's both. It's not just Matt Ryan. Right there is they look at him. The hate come because he reminds him of too much of both guys. Let's be real about it. Because Mike can run. They hate him because he ain't running. But they love the fact that he can throw like Matt Ryan. Y'all motherfuckers are sick in the head, bro.
There go John.
I know Mike Penix, like, why in the fuck I had to be left-handed and black, and my name be Mike, and play quarterback in Atlanta. Why? Why me, God?
Shit. But if I was a quarterback, I know for my black ass, I damn sure wouldn't want to play for the Falcons, not after Mike Vick. Because I'm left-handed like a motherfucker, too. But I can't run worth a fuck like him. So, you know, they going to boo me out the goddamn stadium like a mug.
Honestly, y'all, they both made significant impact on this franchise. Michael Vick, when he came, um,
It was a brutal franchise.
the fans were still, they were still. See, we had got a taste of a Super Bowl, even though we lost, got our ass kicked. The fans was like, "When we gonna get back? We got to get back. We got to get back." So when Mike came in here, Mike brought a different dynamic, and it woke up a lot of people in the city that really had done checked out on the franchise because of the prior owner. The prior owner gave zero fucks in Sam's word about this organization. And do you know some of the mind blowing shit that I see? I be seeing people saying that Arthur Blank is the worst owner in sports. You brain dead existing instead of living. Your mammy should have took the morning after pill. Sacks of shit. Like when you say dumb shit like that, it just takes me to the fucking moon. Another thing, stop saying. I might get suspended for this, but I'm gonna say it. Go ahead and continue with your show, Kev. I got respect. No, it's not that bad. It's actually not that bad. Sarah Marshall is not Arthur Blank's daughter. Sarah Marshall, back in 2006 through 2008, was the point guard on the Boston College women's basketball team. Her big head ass, because she got a big head too, met another big head motherfucker named Matthew Thomas Ryan, who happened to be the quarterback for the football team. And now you got 3 ice cubes. So y'all stop saying shit, bro. Oh yeah. Them little boys head big too. Good God Almighty.
Well, the boy good. They look like three. They look like a mariachi band right there.
The twins look just like Sarah, and the baby look like Matt.
Ooh, Lord,
Them twins bad as hell too. What? Are they bad as hell?
Big headed ass kids. There's a big headed
But
ass
y'all
kid.
stop saying that. Well, the reason why he ain't nothing gonna happen to him because you know he married Arthur Blank's daughter. So
And then
last thing, and then Kev, pick your show back up. Every time somebody convert a 3rd and 18 on us, please don't say that's why we should have took them churches down. Cause see, I'm gonna lose my shit on you.
not the churches.
Oh yeah,
not the churches.
Or after we lose the game, that's why we shouldn't move them churches. But guess what? Listen? Do y'all say that to the Atlanta United? Because guess what the Atlanta United done in that building?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, for $20, what did the Atlanta United do in the Mercedes-Benz Stadium? For $20, the Atlanta United won an MLS Cup. That's the soccer equivalent to the Super Bowl, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Now stop doing that, man.
And all the Atlanta United fans, boy, they don't give a damn if them motherfucker is loyal to a fault.
Boy, I found that out. No,
Mm-hmm.
I know Don mentioned earlier about Uber drivers.
I'm telling, bro, because like you said, a lot of them motherfuckers coming from North Georgia and out in Fayetteville. because that's where a lot of the like Johns Creek area, down in Fayetteville, that's where a lot of the soccer crowd in the state of Georgia is in particularly in those areas.
Boy, you go up the old Joy Scout field right down the street from Creflo Dollar Church. Boy, you go down there on Sunday. Boy, it be 95 to 100 stinking ass Africans and Mexicans out there kicking the ball around.
Exactly.
So I mean, I guess in the grand scheme of things, Kev and Mike and everybody in chat, I guess I'm just gonna have to be more realistic that this conversation won't die, man.
Cause somebody said it here in the chat that they both didn't win a Super Bowl, so this conversation doesn't matter.
We want to believe that.
Yeah,
we want to believe that.
That just sounds like somebody that tries to avoid it, and like you said, is in denial that it's still going on.
I am. I'm with that person. Whoever said that. Mm-hmm. Trust me, that's me. But the reality of it is that Mickey Kelly, or Mikey Kelly. The reality is we can't run from it, bro.
Mm-hmm. It's about acceptance.
We can't.
Look, at the end of the day, you got to accept the fact that and you got to learn how to react. I mean, learn how to deal with said issue. Me and Kev, for example, it's a prime example. We didn't think Matt Ryan would be traded.
Mm-hmm.
We stayed 10 toes down on it. We didn't think there's no way in hell this organization would trade Matt Ryan. No way in hell they would do that. Guess what happened, Kev? What happened?
He got traded. Bump, 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 bump.
Nobody saw Quinteros pulling that whole ass move that he did.
He did.
He said he was going to be a Falcon. He said he was going to be a Falcon for life after he got that that $60 million check. He said he was going to be a Falcon for life. He did.
You had a certain content creator who I shall leave nameless, because I know if you ever mention my name, I'm gonna hunt him. That had the mitigated gall. Oh, Mike, thank you for that. He had the mitigated gall to get mad at Arthur Blank for declaring Matt and Julio Falcons for life.
Oh Lord!
I'm gonna let y'all take a wild guess.
Yeah, like I said this story here. The very first year I started doing this content, I had somebody tell me I need to put a gun in my mouth because I was a supporter of Matt Ryan.
What did you get the address?
I ain't get the address. I literally just started doing content
that was about 4 or 5, almost 5 years ago.
I still want to look for him. I still want to look for him. I hate that.
Shit, I don't even remember. Like I said, I done got about 3 of those. I done got about 3 or 4 of those already.
Oh, okay.
But like I said, at those point in time, I just laughing like shit. You got the gun? I'll do it. Where the gun at?
It's funny.
But like you said, when you have those mindsets like that within certain people that are fans, like you said, the conversation is never going to go away. Like me, honestly, I just think the real reason why it's like that is because like you said, it's just because everybody was just so enamored of the stardom of the hero, but they hated the fact that the villain had the most success. Because like I said, and I've been on record of saying this, and I'ma still say it. Matt Ryan is the greatest sports villain that this city has ever seen. And
It
there'll
ain't close.
never be anybody. Ain't never gonna be anybody that's even gonna top that
It
to
ain't
this
close.
day.
It ain't. I'm talking about it ain't close. It ain't even close.
Oh,
And you know the amazing part about this, all of this, a lot of people in the fan base got so emotionally attached to him saying when that old instigating ass gaslight ass Pam
oh,
Newton.
Cam Newton.
No,
Oh
Pam
yeah,
Newton. Pam.
Pam Newton.
I'll give a damn if he is from College Park. Pam Newton with his instigating ass asked that question. And Matt was in his own witty response. He said, "Oh, you coming out here with the bangers, huh?" Yeah,
He
man.
knew he was on that bullshit with that one.
He said, "You coming out here with the bangers." He said, in retrospect, yeah. LA Knight, yeah. Okay. Then y'all get mad. What you expect? How you expected him to answer that? What if he had said no and then had to go home to Sarah, who done got to argue with Doug?
Motherfucking Falcon fans was cussing this man's wife out online.
They literally booed this man to be there enjoying the game with his kids, man.
They booed this man in the house game. You ignorant fucks.
Now Southside, that wasn't the preacher man. The preacher man called me a retard. So that was a completely different person.
That same content creator, that dumb motherfucker, overly smart sack of shit, had a nerve to ask me why we keep seeing Matt Ryan kids, why we can't see Julio Jones kids.
That nigga probably don't know who his kids is. Never mind. Never mind. Never freaking mind.
Do he even have kids?
Probably.
I ain't never seen the nigga family or nothing.
We let's not go down there because I got.
Boy, I'm gonna tell you. I'm not touching on.
Shut up. No.
Okay.
Nope. I know where you're going because
I know where you're going with that. Nah, we ain't gonna do that. We ain't gonna do that.
I
I
can't get suspended right now. I got too much.
Yeah, I already know where you're going. I was gonna go there and I stopped myself. So nope, absolutely not.
Yeah, I ain't gonna do that. Because for one, I have no proof. Okay.
But
I snuck it in anyway.
We're not. Nope. We're not doing that. We are not doing that.
Anyway, huh?
No, we're not gonna do that.
Well, but, I mean, they was called Mike Vick, Ron Mexico.
You get
okay. I think that's about enough now. We about to get up on out of here before we say something stupid.
Get out of here.
But I will say this though. Like you said, man. Rather y'all fuck with Mike Penix, rather y'all fight with Tua Tagovailoa, whether you fuck with Mike Vick, rather you fuck with Matt Ryan. The problem that we're seeing right now with these quarterback conversations in the city of Atlanta is the fact that you have a bunch of Falcon fans who took for granted the stability of the position, and they solely thought by getting rid of Matt Ryan, we was going to be inching closer to the Super Bowl again.
Mm-hmm.
This is what all the outrage is right now. This is why the quarterback conversation is so divisive right now amongst this Falcon fan base. Because these are the very same people who thought once you traded Matt Ryan from Atlanta in 2022, that we was going to be back in the Super Bowl within a 3-year window.
Oh, that's why they start. Look, that's why everybody and everybody known the man start saying that we need to trade every pick that we have in existence for Lamar Jackson. They were yearning for that shit.
Because the thing about it,
shout out to John with that for that word. I like that word.
exactly. But
Mike
that's
and
the
Kev,
thing.
I have a question for you guys as we get ready to leave.
What's up?
What was the date and the time that you officially became a Ryanite?
Oh, well, I was already a fan of him in college, so it was
Orion Knight. When that dude that was okay, so that was that off season. So right around when we started doing that show. So this was right around July of 2020. If you're talking about on the
It took you
online
that long?
aspect of the
It
no,
took
I'm
you
talking
that long?
about I'm talking about just online itself. Now, if you're talking about if you're talking about offline and shit like that, boy, I've been a Ryan Knight since 2000. I've been considered a quote unquote Ryan Knight
Online. Online. It took you that long?
no. He's saying officially in truth.
Yeah.
No, I'm talking about just doing content. I was considered a Ryan Knight when I did content. But if you're talking about offline, I've been called a Ryan Knight and a coon since 2008.
Yeah, I was a fan of him at watching him at Boston College because he reminded me of Peyton Manning. So,
and if y'all ever want to know who invented the word crying night, because of as a rebuttal to the Ryanite, you're looking at them or you're listening at them. I invented the word crying night.
Because they're crying now because now they found out that it's not easy to find your next quarterback. They're finding out the hard way now. Finding finding a quarterback is not as easy as they thought it was going to be. They thought because let me break down this timeline right quick. So the timeline was we got rid of Matt Ryan, right? What was the number one thing that was requisited by these people? We needed a quarterback that could run. They didn't say he had to be a prolific passer, but he needed to be a quarterback that could run.
So what we do?
You brought in a quarterback that could run. Now it may not have been the quarterback that you wanted to run, but it was a quarterback that had the capabilities of running. And I remember that very first game against New Orleans, boy, the city of Atlanta was jumping for joy, wetting themselves seeing Marcus Mariota run that football. Then when they got later on in the season and he couldn't throw worth of shit, then all of a sudden now it's like, nah, nigga, we need a quarterback that can throw.
Man, that Thursday night game in Charlotte, you remember the game where Jake Matthews had to run from the helicopter because his wife gave birth, and boy, they done turned that into a national meme. Him throwing the ball parallel to the ground.
Right.
But guess what? Patty Mahomes did that in a playoff game, and he's damn near a martyr, an icon for that. I'm talking about the same exact throw.
Right.
But I think Patty completed that pass though. I don't know what Marcus did with that pass.
That shit was picked off. That's what happened with that play. It got picked off.
Well, you know what? Marcus will forever be all right with me. You know why?
Good. Yeah, we know why. Because he beat the go take a shit of hands
and
offensive player of the week.
His best game. He did me a solid. His best game of the Falcons. He got offensive player of the week against the sack of shit of hands.
And then what happened was because Mariota wasn't throwing the ball. He wasn't getting the passing yards enough. Then we rushed Ritter in. Ritter showed some things here and there. And what fucked Ritter up was Lamar Jackson and the Lamar Jackson rumors. So now what ended up happening was now Ritter was supposed to be Lamar Jackson plus Matt Ryan that year, and he didn't do the damn thing. So you brought in Taylor Heineke to come in, and you like, okay, just as long as you ain't Desmond Ritter, then came to find out you did the same exact shit that he did.
The thing about the thing that was so unique about the Ritter situation is when they was bitching about a guy who they clamored for. So they clamored for a guy like Marcus Mariota.
Mm-hmm.
Because they just wanted to be so done with Matt Ryan.
Mm-hmm.
And then when Mariota didn't fit their eyeball test, they clamored for Ritter. Remember?
Mm-hmm.
Play Ritter.
You talk about the online petitions and shit. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, play Ritter. It can't hurt.
Mm-hmm. And then about 10 games in, you gotta remember Ritter was 6-7 as a starter that year. So he's only played like 13 games. So
Ritter not here 8-9 as a starter.
Yeah.
He started exactly 17 games over 2 years, and he was 8-9. Marinate on that now.
Yeah. Okay, so he had those bad games. Then everybody was clamoring for Taylor Heineke. Taylor Heineke looked like shit. So now all hope was lost in that season. Then comes the Kirk Cousins and Michael Penix thing. Kirk Cousins, everybody was loving Kirk Cousins because he had the 509 game against Tampa. But then he started falling off the map right after that. And remember the biggest complaint about Kirk Cousins that season? Do you remember what the biggest complaint?
I'm trying to remember the biggest one because they had a lot.
The biggest complaint was, why was Kirk Cousins playing in the pistol all the time?
Okay, yeah.
That was the biggest complaint. Outside the fact that he was getting paid all that money. So what happened was Kirk Cousins played like shit down the stretch, and guess what? We begged for Penix. Penix came in. He had a couple games where
he went 1-2.
He went 1-2. Yep. And then here comes 2025. Now we clamoring for Michael Penix, and because he's not giving you that Mike Vick excitement, now we're begging for Kirk Cousins to come back. So do you see the pattern that's going on here?
As long as they're not getting turned on, okay, as long as they loins ain't tingling, they gonna complain. And to be honest, your loins are never gonna stop tingling for Mike Vick. Okay? Not gonna get that feeling back again.
Hold on, wait a minute, Mike. Repeat that, please.
You heard what I said?
No, I didn't. Repeat that.
As long as your loins, they loins are still tingling for that first time.
Suspend yourself right now.
I mean, The Rock says
it's never as good as the first time. Never as good.
Suspend yourself. Suspend yourself. I'm on the break right now. Not suspended. Mike and Kev, y'all suspended.
How the hell you gonna suspend us off our own show? Ain't that some shit? Ain't that
Hey, ain't my fault. Ain't my fault. They over here got Sade stuck in their damn head for Mike Vick, nigga. And guess what? You got some of these motherfuckers who are these super Matt Ryan stands. They got Matt Ryan dick down their throat too.
Yes, they do. It's a lot of them. You can't have a conversation without saying, "Man, they didn't do that for Matt Ryan."
I'm gonna give you an example. It's a bunch of motherfuckers that subscribe to us right now. As soon as Matt Ryan got traded, they darted off and was never seen again until Matt Ryan came back.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-oh.
Oh, so don't get it twisted. This ain't a Mike Vick. This is just this. We're talking
Mm-hmm.
about fans in general.
Mm-hmm.
As long as they needs ain't
We
being
got
they
we got a bunch of subscribers that when Matt Ryan was the quarterback here, everything was good. But when he got traded, those subscribers left, unsubscribed, all of that shit. But they slowly came back once they found out Matt Ryan was the president of football.
Let me tell
And
y'all something.
I've seen a few of them, in these live chats too. So don't get it twisted.
I had to learn a little small story time with the truth. Y'all got about 5 minutes?
Go ahead.
I had to stop getting attached to players because that's the problem. See, a lot of fans get attached to players.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna tell you what started me, and what started me, and what really nailed the coffin. When I was in the Navy, I was on a ship, and it was a crew of us who used to hang together, and it was about 8 or 9 of us, and like half of us were Atlanta Hawks fans, and the other half were like Chicago Bulls fans. Imagine debating with a Chicago Bulls fan back in 1994. Just imagine that. Okay. And one fan in particular, he used to tell me, they gonna get rid of you, boy, Dominique. Hey, bro, gonna work me with that fuck shit, bro. I flipped a knife on him and everything. He started laughing. So I was getting ready to go eat chow or lunch. Chow, they call it chow in the Navy. And the dude, they came downstairs and they was cracking their side laughing. 2 of them was on the floor laughing. I told you they were gonna trade you, boy. I said, man, quit playing with me, bro. I ain't got time for y'all. Cause we used to prank each other a lot. I walked up on the mess decks or the cafeteria, and I seen one of my partners who's a fellow Hawks fan. He said, man, you heard about that shit? I said, heard about what? He said, the Hawks done traded Dominique to the Clippers for Danny Manning. My fucking appetite got spoiled right then. I gave my food away. I went downstairs and I punched the locker. And I broke my 3rd knuckle. I've since broken that motherfucker like 2 more times punching human beings. But I got bad habit punching folks, y'all. Mike and Kev, they try to counsel me on it, but it don't work. Fast forward 10 years. The Falcons played the Eagles in the NFC Championship game in Philadelphia. We lost. It fucked my whole day up, man. Because, like, when my teams lose, it fucks my whole day up. Like, I don't want to play no games. I don't want no sex or nothing. Yeah, it fucks me up that day. I was still bodyguarding, and I was with a certain person. Y'all know who it is, Kelvin Mike. And I had to go to a place called the Velvet Room. Y'all remember the Velvet Room?
Mm-hmm.
We wound up going to the Velvet Room about 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning. And they walked us through the back. And we came back through the VIPs. And one of my partners tapped me on the shoulder. He said, just to think, you've been around here mad about them pussy ass niggas all day. I said, who you talking about? Boy, I looked over there to the right, popping bottles. was Vick, Crumpler, Jonathan Babineau, and one or two more other people. I just sat there, I just stared at the motherfucker. I said, how the hell they played a game in Philly 6 to 8 hours ago? A game that if they win, we go to the Super Bowl. And they in here like this. And I'm mad because they didn't win and they happier than me. That's when I stopped getting attached to players. That's the end of that story.
So you saying that they flew from an NFC championship game to pop bottles in the club?
They beat me to the club. That's crazy. They beat me to the club.
Hey, man.
Huh.
That don't surprise.
I got a story about Houston, Texas that I have to talk to y'all about first.
Yeah, we do that offline, man. So we're gonna go ahead and get up on out of here. Like I said, man, we appreciate y'all. Like I said, the STS, like I said, make sure you hit all those buttons. 6MK Live, Mad Mike TV, if you're watching it on that channel. OG Truth TV. Oh,
hey, man,
OG Truth
I'm getting up there, baby. I'm getting up there, baby. I need a few more.
Hey, man, we get there. We try to push you up there, man. We try to get you up there.
Yeah, man. I've been a good boy at everything.
And usually when you being a good boy, that means you to piss somebody off, because usually when we be good boys over here, we usually pissing folks off. So
I piss somebody off? How you know I piss somebody off today?
True. When don't you piss somebody off today? You the unholy. You part of the unholy alliance. We piss motherfuckers off just by the thought of us even breathing, nigga. What the fuck are we talking about?
Only thing I told the people is
no.
Until next time, y'all. We ain't here to play.
Oh, absolutely not.
We here to stay.
Oh yeah.
You ain't gotta go home, but you got to get the fuck up out of here.
And that ain't nothing but the truth. The whole truth. And nothing but the truth.
All right, y'all. We out.